I cannot for the life of me fathom what the hell is wrong with Chelsea and goalkeepers. What is happening there? I mean, it all started off from the time when we bought Kepa. We have not had, I mean, I think only for probably one season, Mendy was all right. But after that, Mendy also started having brain farts and he was really, really bad before we sold him to um, the Saudi Pro League. Kepa has to go down as the worst Chelsea keeper in history because of the price tag that he came out. And I contradict myself when I say this that he is still better than freaking Sanchez, who we have. And we have Jorgensen, who also yesterday seemed like he was, every time the ball came in, it was just the fact that it seemed like, oh my God, is he trying to tackle a ticking bomb or something? He just felt so uncomfortable, so restless, so not composed that it was giving me the jitters. And mind you, this is me just looking at the match, just looking at the highlights. I didn't see the match, but it was very, very scary and very, very uncomfortable looking at what's happening at the goalkeepers and what's happening to all the goalkeepers. And my blood boils, man. I'm like, even United, after having made the mistakes that they did, they've been able to sort it out and they have a decent keeper. When will that happen to us? When will we? What have we done to deserve this, Chelsea? What have we done to deserve this? Who have we gone and hurt and who have we gone and pissed off? Why do we have such shitty goalkeepers? Who the hell is in charge of these goalkeepers? Because this guy is also like a blunder waiting to happen, Sanchez. He'll have these brain fart moments in the game where suddenly he'll be like, what the hell am I supposed to do? Just let's make the game a little bit more interesting, give a bad pass and see what happens. Jesus freaking Christ, man. You're a professional footballer, and then you have professional footballing coaches who are playing with you or practicing you or making you practice and grooming you, training you, whatever the hell they're doing to you every single day. And I mean, you come out and make these mistakes over and over and over again. Why did we not go for Ramsdale when he was available on loan? I mean, young and English, at least relatively young and English, should have gone for him. He wouldn't have come at a huge salary either. And Premier League experience, definitely an upgrade on this guy. Can we go and give or submit a bid for Mignon in January? Though he looked shit when he played against Chelsea. And then I don't know what's happened between Barcelona and Ter Stegen, but he's also there available, and because he's not playing, so maybe we can get him on loan, somebody, man. And forget, if nobody else, just go and get Martinez on loan till the end of the season. He has not played at West Ham, so I mean, something. I have no idea why we have such. Our goalkeeping scouts should be fired. No questions asked. Fired. Get out. Don't want to ever see your faces again. That's it. I don't know what to say. I have reached a stage where I now feel numb because the goalkeeping part hurts so much that these buffoons that we have are there to make our lives miserable. They are, I mean, they're bloody jokes, yeah. They're not keepers, they're jokers. Seriously. How a club like Chelsea, I mean, would Roman Abramovich buy Sanchez? He would have, and if he would have bought him, he would have sold him in the next window itself. So if he would have bought him in the summer, he would have sold him in Jan. I mean, that's what he would have done. Jesus freaking Christ, man. I mean, seriously, it hurts to see what we have as goalkeepers. Yeah, I mean, Sanchez did have a good game in or a decent Club World Cup, but no, that doesn't cut it. How much are we going to talk about the Club World Cup and how much are we going to um, throw that around? The fact of the matter is, it's over. The trophy is here, and not many people in the world really consider much of that trophy apart from the money that we were able to generate because of the fact that we went and played that. Yes, did it give us a huge smile on our faces? Yes, but did it give you any sort of satisfaction? I mean, if I'm being completely honest, as a Chelsea fan, yeah, I can use that in an argument and throw a trophy number, that yeah, we won these many number of trophies, but heart of heart, I also know that that is just a showpiece trophy. It doesn't have much meaning or relevance to it. I would rather, I mean, if it wasn't for the financial fair play, I would rather have had our players get the rest that they deserved and not deal with the kind of injuries that we've had, and played better. But when I look at it, when I look at it, I also feel that we've lost matches because of our decision making, and not, you can't just blame it all on injuries, because I mean, what injuries, no injuries, they don't justify the stupid red cards that we've gone and gotten, which have changed the game in the opposition favor, and the substitutions that Maresca makes, which are uninspiring. And that's the reason why we go and lose. So that's my rant with regards to the Chelsea goalkeeping position. I'm hurt, guys. I feel bad. It's sad. And I just hope and pray that something happens and we get some decent keeper in our team in Jan. Right now, even the strikers look shit. I mean, I was expecting this kind of, no. Also, I'll do a separate segment on strikers. This is it for this video. I shall see you guys soon. Chelsea strikers, what's happening? Delap, you bloody brat. You've been injured. You come back. Instead of focusing on getting game time, you go and get a bloody red card. And now you're going to go and miss the Spurs game. I mean, we did not replace Jackson to get another Jackson. Please get that right. And you know what? I hate myself for saying that. But if Jackson was here, he would have scored probably more goals than the three of them put together, which is Delap, um, no, two of them put together, Delap and Gui. I still forget. I don't know how to pronounce his name. I keep confusing him with the other Crystal Palace guy. But yeah, I mean, it's just stupid, man. Why would you do this? Why? Why? What was the need? Why? What was the reason? Why could you not have kept your calm? Did you have to do it? Did you have to make a stupid challenge? The manager told you 5, 6 times, don't do anything, keep your calm, and then you go ahead and do this when we freaking need you the most. You've been injured for almost 2.5 months. What the fuck is going on in your head, man? Why would you not just think rationally and make stupid decisions like that? Even Jao Pedro did the same. Jao Pedro, you have not been the same ever since Cole Palmer has gotten injured. That your decline started right after the United game. And pretty much through that game, because yeah, you played your socks off and then you barely created chances. But after that, you've been like pretty shit, man. What's happening? It just seems as if our players are not playing together, which I can imagine because of the fact that a lot of times in practice, most of the players have been missing because of the injuries that we've gotten. But this is absolutely ridiculous, the kind of dip that we've seen in Pedro's form, and he needs to turn this around quickly. I don't know what needs to happen there. Uh, he definitely needs to not play in the number 10 role right now, and he needs to be playing up front. And I hope that Maresca plans on playing him up front. And he does not come and give a stupid sorry excuse like, oh, Spurs changed their formation right before the match, so I was not prepared and my entire game plan went out of the window. You fucking don't do that. You bloody well get paid millions, so you better have a plan ready, whether opposition changes their formation or not, and have multiple options ready by ensuring that you have. Sorry, I don't know what I was saying. I just lost my chain of thought. But yeah, I really don't know what's happening there with regards to Jao Pedro falling off the boil and how much he's struggling to find any sort of form, rhythm. He was non-existent amongst against Sunderland, and both him and Gui. I mean, I barely saw them, and whatever good came from Estevao, and God forbid if something happens to him, we are completely rogered. We are gone. We are done. That's end of the story. So Chelsea, we're struggling. I don't think realistically. Let's be real. Where do I see us finishing? It's going to be very interesting because I don't think we are finishing anywhere in the top two. Arsenal is number one. Number two can be anybody between. The likelihood of that happening is going to be Manchester City. Then three, four, five, and six are there for the taking. I don't see ourselves finishing three or four. I think we're going to finish top five or six. It's going to be fifth or sixth, and if this is not turned around, and if for that to happen, we need to have we need to go on a run of back to back wins, and we need to have our main guy, Cole Palmer, back and playing every second of every match in the Premier League and every second of every match in the Champions League. Otherwise, it's going to be super tough and super difficult. That's what I feel is going to happen. And yeah, I'm not trying to be pessimistic about all this. I'm just seeing and saying things as is because we have unforced errors through our goalkeepers, which oftentimes results in goals. Our defense is crap. Our best defender is out for the entire season. Fofana makes a guest appearance every now and then. The last thing that we wanted was him to get out of freaking concussion, and I don't know what sort of a concussion is it that he has not healed from it so far, or is it another injury? Badeshil had one good game, probably the best game that he's had in a Chelsea jersey. He's definitely inconsistent. Tosin, inconsistent. Tosin would have been the fourth choice backup prime Chelsea if he would have been in the squad. That is, he wouldn't be starting the match as many times as he has, matches as many times as he has. Chaloba, what do I say about him? We treated him shit, so there is a bit of guilt. He is better amongst the worst players that we have. Does he start for United? No. Does he start for Liverpool? Hell no. Does he start for Manchester City? No way in hell. And does he start for Arsenal? At least not in this lifetime. So, yeah, what are we doing? I don't know the name of the boy that we sent to Dortmund, the defender, the Argentinian boy. We should have got, you know, kept hold of him so that he could have had some minutes, could have, I don't know, Disasi. Sorry, before I jump to Disasi, I don't know. Hearing good things, so probably the only silver lining is that he's going there playing on a regular basis, and hopefully he's going to come back next season, and we will be able to get rid of someone. And that brings me to a very interesting observation that I was making. That one of the teams that I keep comparing ourselves to, and Chelsea. When I say this ourselves, Chelsea is to Manchester United because I think similar sort of a transition. Both the clubs have been going through for a while now, and misery likes misery, so they've been pretty miserable as well. And they are in a better situation than Chelsea right now, primarily because they don't have as many players as they had earlier who were not wanted at United and also weren't wanted anywhere else. Like they've been able to more or less at least get rid of Jadon Sancho, Anthony, and Garnacho wasn't wanted, so they got rid of him. Unlike us, we still have players who we don't want, and probably nobody else will want them. Case in point, Sterling. I doubt they're going to be takers for Fofana. If there are, the money will be ridiculously low, 4, 5, 7, under 10 million for sure. Definitely not double figures. Double figures with add-ons, appearance fees, I guess, which he's not going to hit. Um, I don't know how shit happens or shit goes down with the other guys. Like, what happens to Pedro Neto? Because we've got that, I forget the name, the boy from Sporting coming in, who comes in next year. I think a fit or a fully adapted Estevao starts over Pedro Neto on right, for sure. Left, you still have questions, but you get more options when you have Cole Palmer back, because then you can even slot in João Pedro on the left, and you already have Gittins, you have Garnacho, you have then you have Neto. Right now, I mean, given the match that Gittins played against Wolves in the Carabao Cup, Gittins is ahead, but I do feel that probably the match would be started by Neto. Garnacho would be a surprise. Gittins, I hit my nose in the mic. So Gittins does warrant a start, 100%. And midfield is the only area we are sorted. But again, midfield, the problem is that who do you play? Who do you drop? Caicedo for me is the undroppable player. Enzo Fernandez's his performances make him undroppable, and he's probably the only source of creativity that we have in the team. But I have my reservations. I think he slows the game down too much. He definitely has a pass in him, but he definitely kills the entire momentum for me, because his sideways and backways passing really annoys the shit out of me. I don't think we play transition football really well. We're not breaking as well as we used to last year ago. And last year also, it seemed like a hangover from the Poch ball. Because eventually, I really liked the football that we had started playing when the players had finally understood what Poch wanted out of him, and the system had started working. Unfortunately, it did not work out for Poch. I was never Poch out. I would have loved for him to stick around, but I think it was just too much of a disparity amongst the thought process between the club directors and him. So whatever happened for the best. And what is even more shocking is how much he's gone and struggled in the US. But hey, that's history now. So yeah, it's gonna be it's gonna be a long, tough season. I don't expect a lot of joy and a lot of highs that will come out of this season. I don't know why. I don't have a good feeling, and I'm not trying to be a negative Nancy, or I'm not trying to be pessimistic, but I just don't see a lot that can be changed quickly. Am I praying for it? 100%. Do I want it? 200%. But we are not playing inspiring football, and what doesn't help is Enzo Maresca's stubbornness. And I really have not been able to put my finger on it, that is it. Because I'll tell you what, there is, unlike other managers like Poch for that matter, and I can talk about myself, there was a time I was definitely cheering him on, or through and through I was cheering him on. I stand corrected. Not there was a time, I was through and through I was cheering him on. Yeah, sure. Maresca has won the Club World Cup and the Conference Club Cup, and I respect how he has managed to tackle the entire bomb squad situation. Kudos to him. I think he deserves a 10 on 10 there, whether it is being transparent with players or transparent with media, and in general, handling that entire situation. Hats off. But other than that, I have struggled as a Chelsea fan to get emotionally attached to him. I'm not saying that it is Maresca out, but I'm kind of indifferent towards him. Will I feel bad if he was to get fired or sacked? Nah. I mean, yeah, unfortunately, it didn't work out. And I don't know. I've never felt like this for anybody else apart from Benitez. I think there was just too much of animosity between Benitez and Chelsea because of his time at Liverpool that I was a little indifferent. And the other person I came close to being a little indifferent towards was Boas, AVB, Andras Villas Boas. I think I didn't like his brand of football at all, and I didn't understand what he was trying to do at the club. And the club never had any sort of history with him. And yeah, even Scolari for that matter. I think he was there for way too short a stint to anybody we have any sort of emotion towards him. So that's my journey with or that's my opinion on Enzo Maresca. Let me know if any Chelsea fan is watching this video or listening to this, that what do you feel about Enzo Maresca? I mean, yes, see, the thing is that he is definitely trying, but I don't like his overtly defensive mindset and the fact that he panics very quickly. Is this a learning phase for him, learning curve for him? 100%. Do I want him to do well? 100%. Do I want to see him succeed? 100%. I think it was the same question. But more than anything else, do I want him to start playing a more attractive brand of football? 1000%, man. I have not enjoyed. Now, I want this in isolation. So I, in general, want a more fluid, attacking, rock and roll sort of style of football instead of and I wouldn't blame, instead of blaming it all onto Cole Palmer and saying that only when Cole Palmer is in the team can we play better and attractive football. I mean, a couple of times even Cole Palmer has turned around and said that fuck it, I'm going to do it on my own when he saw the team and the players really not getting that involved. And he's been frustrated that we don't build the momentum quite quickly, and we are always trying to have those extra passes. So I'm not a huge fan or convinced of Maresca ball just yet. And if he was to leave, then who else would I want to see at Chelsea? None of the managers right now, none of the ones who I would want would probably come, right? So Pep is not going to come. I would love to have Klopp in our Chelsea dugout. He's not coming. I think he's done football. He said bye to football management for good. He's happy in the role that he is playing right now and doing right now of director of football and just traveling and stuff like that. I don't. I mean, I would have assumed and thought of Xavi Alonso. He's not going to come anytime soon. Let's see what happens to him at Madrid. So he's definitely there, and he seems to be destined for either a Manchester City or a Liverpool role at some point in time. That's my gut. I think that's what is going to happen in terms of predictions where he's going to be. Liverpool definitely, because he played at Liverpool. He's and he was part of that era with Gerrard. So he's remembered fondly by the players at Liverpool. I do see him there, and potential replacement for Pep when he goes. But I don't know if the Real Madrid job came for Xavi Alonso a little too early in his career. But what is too early, man? If you have gone and accomplished the feat of being invincible, through the season, then you probably deserve it. And I think if you see the trend overall now, it's the younger managers and the newer managers who are getting some sort of a run in. So, do I want Glasner or what is his name? The Crystal Palace manager. That guy seems interesting. They're playing some decent football. Crystal Palace. I like. They're far more attacking than us. The Bournemouth guy, Irola, is going to be interesting. We are some caught offside football even had a link of him with Chelsea. Um, I think it's like a double-edged sword with these guys. Yeah, like you don't want a Graham Potter situation again where the club seems to be too big for them or too early for them, because it's not as simple as that. Yeah, you're managing there well, so you'll manage here well as well, because while you have access to better talent and maybe more facilities here or there and definitely more money, but what you don't have is time and freedom to really impose your style of play and everything. There is more involvement. There is no from the management. There is more media scrutiny. And let's be honest. So, what does he have to lose at Bournemouth, right? I mean, their target is to finish in the middle of the table and remain in the Premier League. Of course, remain in the Premier League and finish in the middle of the table. If you can, with some miracle, by some miracle, pull off a cup win here or there or reach semi-finals and stuff, that's a great season. And with the Champions League, sorry, with the European League positions opening up more. So if you can enter the Conference League, that would mean additional revenue and more success. So yeah, those things are there. But again, the risk to lose things is much less versus at a club like Chelsea, at a club like Arsenal, at a club like Liverpool, United, Manchester City, even Spurs for that matter. And kudos to them that they've done a fantastic job. But yeah, he's there. At some point, I was even thinking Dezabi, because after he left Bournemouth, he went to Marseille, and I don't know how and what is he doing at Marseille just yet. I haven't been following them closely, but I remember Brighton playing good football, and Brighton has been really lucky, man. I mean, three consecutive managers, they did all three of them did a good job. I really need to start getting my head around the manager names. So, of course, Graham Potter, after that, Dezabi, and then I don't know the current guy's name, and I'm lazy to even Google it right now. But all three of them have done a good job. They play attacking football. And it's really shocking how Brighton does this, because year after year after year after year, they lose their best players. They make a shit ton of money by selling players, and somehow their performance does not go away. They every season they will go and claim some big scalps. They will beat teams either in their own backyard or go and beat teams away. They just are very consistent with their brand of football and attacking brand of football. I like it. I think again, one of the best run clubs in the world. Um, for the side, when I say that in the world, for the size of the club that Brighton is, and for the revenue that they turn around, for the brand of football that they play, and they remain in the league and they're able to generate the kind of money that they do. So I have mad respect for them. I would have liked, and Thomas Frank would have been a good option, but he's definitely not an option for Chelsea, even if, I mean, in the foreseeable future, because you don't know how things turn out for him at Spurs. But yeah, he would have been a great option, because he did a fantastic job at Brentford. Um, do I think of any managers outside of this league? Nobody in the in the Italian league, while I do remember and I've heard some fans and people say that, yeah, um, Cesc Fabregas is doing a good job, but come on, man, he's managing for a club like Como, and this is his first full season as a manager. So please let him do that. Chelsea job will be way too early, way too big for somebody like him, and his career is going to be very interesting because he's fondly remembered by fans across three different clubs. Chelsea fans love him. Arsenal fans definitely love him because he spent so much time there. He was even their captain. Yeah, they may have a little bit of a resentment for him having played for Chelsea, but listen, Arsenal had a option to buy him and they chose not to buy him. So I don't think Arsenal fans can say much about that. And at the same time, Barcelona fans love him. So he'll go anywhere over there. That's what is going to be. I would have loved to see Ancelotti at Chelsea. He remains the most interesting and the best manager as per me. When I say best manager, I think we played our best football under Ancelotti. I remember the season we'd won the Premier League. We'd scored 103 goals. That was the first time any team had scored those many goals. So we had set a record. And Chelsea, otherwise known to be the team which parks the bus and wins games 1-0 or 2-1. And, it was always about our defensive midfielders and our defense being able to grind out a result with just giving one chance to Drogba and him converting that. I remember those days as well. But he turned that around when he came, despite the fact that uh, Torres was not firing for him and Torres was struggling miserably. He still had Anelka and I think Drogba was still around there. And, these guys contributed. Lampard was unstoppable. I mean, that season, genuinely, we played some of the best football I've ever seen Chelsea play. So, yeah, um, this was just me trying to imagine a scenario that what would happen if Enzo Maresca leaves. I don't know the options that are out there and the managers that I would want to see or I can see who are going to be at Chelsea. It's going to be difficult. So, since we've not been able to come to a conclusion, I think a fair synopsis would be let's give Enzo Maresca time till the end of the season. Hope and pray that he turns this around. And if he turns this around, I'm sure that during that duration, we would be able to forge a closer and a stronger emotional connect with Enzo Maresca. But the test starts from this weekend, which is the 1st of November, and let's see how it goes with Spurs. That's me signing off, and that's the show for today. I will be back soon.